Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is God of High School, Episode 8, Close Friend. What happened last time?
Last time was probably the wildest episode yet. There was multiple fights. There was the big sort of boss fight between the Commissioner and Drake and those two other Priest Saturn, I think it was called, and someone else who I don't think we got the name of. That was a pretty insane fight, completely out of control. That was mixed in with the really heartwarming but also really sad fight of just the construction worker guy who was like in his 30s just trying to finish up high school. And his team lost, but they still won because they look on the bright side and they're never gonna give up.
It's all about self-improvement. It's not about winning or losing. How dare you? How dare you cheapen their successes?
I'm so sorry. And then at the very end, we had the fight between Honorable Grandson, his maid, and Jaggle, however you say his name. And there was some shark teeth. Multiple times the episode ended off with the cliffhanger of the guy who's like, I need to honor my grandfather, just getting eaten by a shark for the second time.
Yeah, twice in a row. First time was just a fake out, and then the second time we're supposed to believe it.
He bled out, and then the second time he's, I guess the same thing. I guess we'll see if they pick up
just
from
going
there.
Out on a limb here.
He's fine.
He's probably fine if I'm going by the show's logic, but we'll see. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction. Hope you check it out on Crunchyroll. This is not a market substitute. We assume that you've already seen the show if you're watching this. This is not we're not trying to provide a free copy. We use the show in our videos to provide context for what we're talking about, not to steal revenue or traffic from Crunchyroll or Webtoon or anyone else. So go support the official release on Crunchyroll. That's where we're watching this. You can also support us on Patreon if you like. You can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast to get early and exclusive reactions. With that, we're going to get right into this. Anything you want to say before I get going?
No.
Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, hope you like and subscribe to stay for future episodes of God of High School and many others. Let's go. Honorable Grandson.
What are they doing? Oh shit.
Oh, the healer guy.
Yeah. Oh, did he just die?
Maybe.
Was that a flatlining sound? Did you see in one of those last shots when they're walking down the hallway, the hoodie guy had like a white tiger on the back of his hoodie?
Yeah, I have seen that. That's such a fucking epic intro. She karate? What was her deal? So he's a planning type boy. Heal.
She's gonna win.
She's fucking jacked. Wait, did I miss what martial art she is?
I don't think they said.
I know it's probably just the art style, but she looks a lot like Mira.
I know, I was thinking that as well. Oh shit. So does that mean that now Mira and Mori have to both win?
I think
so.
so.
That's rough.
You roll up his jeans?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Cherry boy?
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Is he calling him a virgin? Because he hasn't popped his cherry yet? He still has his cherry? Is that the idea? I wonder if that's actually an expression in either Korea or Japan. This guy's such a poser. He's got a no smoking thing on his jacket.
What?
Do you have any other insults?
Oh boy.
Holy shit, it's Subaru Natsuki.
Whoa.
Oh, I bet he... Okay, I thought he was gonna hit him in the jaw and he was gonna bite that, bite his tongue right off.
Wow, I didn't see that win coming.
Yeah, not at all. Whoa, what? That's where he recognized it's from. That's pretty crazy. I wonder if all the places they visit are real places in Seoul that like you could go to. I imagine they are. Hmm. They're bringing in North Korea into this story? I guess they kind of have to. That's really crazy. I wasn't expecting them to touch like real politics. But he's gonna show up right here. Oh no. Oh shit. I hope this guy isn't sketchy. I'm pretty sure that was rotoscoped or like mapped. Oh shit. Like performance capture. Oh great, the Yaoi fan artists are gonna go fucking crazy with that one. If they haven't already from the webtoon. Oh, so it's just like a jersey type thing? 14 years ago. Oh shit. In the country.
Oh.
So he's like 3 here. Oh my god, really? It's just funny how quickly you completely fall apart. All it takes is a kid crying for his mom, but that's not what does it. What does it is him dropping his toy. Dun, 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 dun. Oh shit. Oh shit, it's a manual. Taekyon, is that like a different...
That's like...
It's like Taekwondo, but like a different...
They said it was like thing? Really old.
I wonder if it's real. Saving the world. Oh shit. Not great from what I hear. This fucker.
What the hell?
He can just apparate fucking shark fangs. I want them to be friends, but I have a feeling he's got some other shit going on. Holy shit, Q. Oh. Why did he? He has really fallen behind on his rent. No pay for months, and now he's got to pay for the damage for this shitty building. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that was insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Really? It's not even about the competition. It's a wand. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if there is a part of that. Hang on, I need to write that one down. Out of time. The time has come. Oh shit. The traitor. The key. So they think Jaggle might be the key, they think that Mori might be the key. Oh no. Why are they getting all getting fucking paged? He chose a picture? What a thing for a 6-year-old to ask for. He hasn't seen him in 11 years. Oh, they got... Oh, is this the ending?
Yeah. Oh, that looks good.
Oh, does he not like sushi or seafood or anything? Oh my god. Oh, so she made that, but it's just all shitty.
It still looks good.
It looks good. It's all like poorly cut. My god. I feel like Dewi is her dream guy.
They ate it all.
Dessert. This is really good. Dude.
Still not over? I thought
That seemed like it's gonna be a cliffhanger right here, watch. Oh shit, somebody left something in his door. He's got an awesome place. He's got like a whole patio to himself. Oh no, don't follow it right now. Bruh, take that to fucking Mujin. Also, is there a swastika right there? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
On the map, on the right side. Bam. Oh, never mind. Hang on. Bam, right there. Literal swastika. It's the Asian kind though. It's like the correct kind, not the shitty kind. But what the fuck? That was a good episode. I really liked that episode.
That was really solid with like the mix of, and I'm so glad that they sort of took a downtime episode after the craziness that was last week.
Yeah.
Last week was out of control. Probably my least favorite episode. It was just too much.
It was too much.
That I didn't quite care. There was no stakes for me. Because I'm like, oh, okay, these, like, the one sort of like, the announcer guy that we liked is already dead. And I don't really know any of the other people that are sort of, like, in charge. So, like, they're fighting. But I'm like...
Yeah.
Okay, they're fighting and it's very cool. But I'm not invested in this fight.
Now, like, if now that I've seen how Q reacts, I'm like, we've probably gotten the most development from Q. We've seen his, like, stand. We've seen, and P, is that her name? No, P is the blue hair girl, the white haired chick with the dark skin. I don't know.
That's apparently a guy.
Oh, that's a guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's O, I think.
It's O? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think someone commented last time.
It's a very feminine voice, so I wasn't quite sure. But yeah, regardless, we've gotten the most like development out of those characters, but we didn't really know anything about. But now, like, seeing how Q reacted to that whole situation makes me care about him a lot more.
Exactly. Yeah. Like last time when he was fighting and all that, it was like, okay, if he, like, when I thought he was dead, I was just like, oh no, that guy is dead, but I didn't really care about him. But if that fight, or if a different fight were to happen now, I would care a bit more because I know, like, you can tell he, like, actually, like, cares about other people. He was pissed off that, like, the wife and baby were dead.
Yeah.
Even though they weren't, which was such a cool plot twist, because we were like, holy fuck, the wife and kid, too. Like, he went after them and killed them, too.
I forget, wasn't something like that in Harry Potter? There's something like that in Harry Potter, where, or, like, I'm trying to think of another story, where just, like, why would you do that? Why would you let that happen? And then it's just like, I didn't. I actually solved it. I was 20 steps ahead, and you're just falling way behind, dude. You don't even know what's happening. But yeah, it's like we've been watching Harry Potter recently. But like last episode, I feel like more and more I'm proven right every single time.
I think I know what you're talking about. The Hermione's bag of like Harry's just like, oh no, I forgot all my stuff, and then she's just like, no, I've had like an entire house packed for weeks.
That's one example, but I'm thinking of a more drastic one. Regardless, I'm not going to spoil Harry Potter, but this I'm being proven more and more that I'm correct with every passing episode of like a one season show, that 12 episodes is too short for like a good solid well-paced arc for most shows. I feel like 16 episodes for most series is like a way better thing, because like last episode was just too much. There was way too much going on. They tried to cram way too much, and then this one. But the thing is, they need to do that in order for episodes like this to happen, where it's more well-paced and there's more good shit happening.
Or else this episode wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah.
If they had like scooted some of it around. So
and it's not even a problem with the story. It's just a problem with the episode count and the length of a season. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Which isn't even a television program's
fault.
fault.
A lot. I feel like
it's just the fault of the way the Earth moves and how we've decided to like
schedule
things according to a
like
season.
The budget that is given, or whatever, which sucks because like I feel like that was a big thing with our Tower of God criticisms as well. It was like
100%.
we can't judge the source material, but the way that they're presenting it is not working. This is by far a more suitable
I like this
story.
way more than Tower of God.
This, like I can tell that they're shortening things up, but it's typically not a problem. Like out of the 8 episodes we've seen, last episode was the only one that I was like really noticing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But so like this story just happens to be more suited and to be able to be put into a shorter format, but it does suck because it's such a show by show basis of like how many episodes they need, and it sucks that like 12 episodes is just like the thing, or 12 or 13 episodes is just like the thing to do, because some shows like Kaguya
is different.
Perfect.
Though.
I know.
It's different.
Saying, that's
yeah,
what I'm
okay.
saying. It's that kind of thing worked perfectly for a 12 episode series. But other shows, and then you get into the problem of like other shows like ReZero where they're splitting it into 2 12 episodes, which I don't really think is any better because you still have to pace each season
yeah.
according to a season, not just so.
But with I'm just saying, like, maybe it's not a show to show thing. Maybe I think it's maybe a genre to genre thing, because Kaguya is a very special case where each episode is comprised of 1 to 5 at times, I think, mini episode arcs that are just like little sketches, or one episode is one sketch or one plot moving thing. So they can cut out as many of those little stories as they want to fit them into an episode. And they don't have to pad for time because they could just pick and choose different stories for different things and move the story along at their own leisure. They have a lot more ways to play with timing and scheduling and pacing in general. Like all the different, there's a million different levels to that. In shonen, it seems like, or I don't know. It's because in something like this show especially, and I think with Tower of God, and I'm sure I could come up with other examples. It just seems like it wasn't made for 12 or 13 episodes. It seems like it was made... But it also doesn't seem like this story was made for 25 either. It seems like it was more made for, like, 16 to 20 max.
And that's what I was thinking. When we first watched Angel Beats, that's a completely different kind of show. But we were like, oh, this was way too short, probably 25 episodes, and it was apparently scheduled for that originally.
Yeah, and it was then cut.
But even that would have maybe been... Like, maybe it would have only needed, like... 4 more episodes.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, maybe 25 would have been too much.
And there's something to be said, like, it's a big thing in art, in any kind of art, that, like, the limitations put on a piece of media or art breed, like, a creative solution. So, like, if you force people... If you're like, okay, only 2 minutes for this thing, only 5 minutes for this thing, and you have this much money to make it happen... If somebody wants to make something good, and if they're driven to make something quality, then they'll make whatever decisions they need to make to, like, maximize the amount of resources that they're given. And then you will eventually get a better product than if they had millions and millions of dollars to work with, and unlimited amount of time. If you put restrictions on something, for an artist, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. So... There's something to be said for maybe if you force, okay, 12, 13 episodes, that's what you got. Make it happen. The problem is anime is such an industry, and it's such a job for a lot of people that, like, there's so many different people working on it that, and film, any kind of media. It's like there's so many hands in the pot and so many cooks in the kitchen that if some people are just there to draw what they need to draw, and I'm not saying people aren't passionate about it, but, like, it's not an auteur thing. I don't know. I'm getting kind of lost in the message here, but basically, there's something to be said for 12 or 13 episodes might be the correct length of a show, but maybe not. Maybe it's a few more episodes would actually do it better.
Yeah.
If, like, maybe the restriction, it's too restrictive
I
on the story.
I think what you're saying is correct, like, but it totally depends, like, on the show, if they can, because, especially if it's based on a source material, I think is, like, one of the main problems, because, like, if it's not, then you can just cut things out and no one will ever know. It might feel a little bit janky. but you know what I mean? However, when it's based on something and like the characters need to, there's like, okay, we're gonna keep the beginning, we're gonna keep the middle, and we're gonna keep the beginning and we're gonna keep the end, and the middle is gonna get a little bit messed up, but that's just how it goes. However, when characters need to have time to develop and we need to see scenes of them in order for the end to make sense, so they so either they cut them out and the end is weird, like in Tower of God, or they like keep them in but they jam pack everything so tightly that it's not even worth it. You know what I mean?
Also like Tower of God.
Also like Tower of God. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of...
They're riding a very precarious line here with this show, because I feel like they are succeeding. I definitely care about the characters, because I've spent enough time with them, and this episode would reinforce that even more, like having Maury's birthday party. They could have just had another hype fight to like hype us up for the next thing. But instead they had some, not even fully downtime. We were introduced to a new character fully, like we had been teased and like met him a couple times, but we still don't fully know what his deal is, whether he's actually like kind of on our side or whether he's got some other shit going on and we're going to be at odds with him. But you know, it wasn't a fully just, it wasn't the classic thing of like, oh, we had the crazy episode, now we have like the chill episode. It wasn't even just quite that. I'm not going to excuse this episode as like just a downtime episode. There was shit going on that is very important, and it also gave us some downtime. That's what I feel. So really, this episode was really good. I guess we could talk about the actual episode and what happened.
This is just a downtime episode. We literally had like a declaration of war.
Yeah. This felt like the real start of this next.
Yeah, the next.
I feel like it's a shame that, just real quick, it's a shame that last episode was paced so weirdly and so poorly. Because like if you break down the sort of story structure that we've gone with since like the last arc ended, or the last like prelim arc ended, and we're getting into this, it's actually been a really good build-up. It's just the way the episodes have broken it up has been really weird. Like we started out this arc like meeting a bunch of new people, having kind of a prologue with the other people, like the older guy and everything, and that whole thing, and that was a really good like prologue side story to get us sort of just reset us a little bit. Then we had a big epic confrontation that is probably going to have implications, and like meeting a bunch of new villain characters and seeing a bunch of new faces and everything. Setting some new stakes. We got a character death right there. Like, just to kick it off, and then we get introduced to like this new rival guy of a Jagal, and a new friend type guy, and you know, like as far as pacing and introducing new things, they're setting it up really well, and it feels like, and then we get a declaration of war and some like reintroduction of Maury's grandfather. Like all of that is perfect. Like, okay, new people, new friends, new enemies, new rivals, new stakes, new information about old shit that was already introduced. You know, like the way the story is moving is really well done. It's just the way that they're breaking it up into these episodes is really burying the lead, and really like makes you lose track of just how well they're sort of weaving the story in front of you.
I would say last episode is the only one that like did that for me personally.
But it just kind of broke up the flow.
Yeah,
like,
you
don't think about all these things like in tandem with each other. Like we think of this episode had all those good things. Last episode had a bunch of interesting things, but it was kind of lost. And then the one before, like, you know, if you consider all of those, like, what if this was all one episode that was like 1 hour long episode where this was all well paced and like setting up for this next arc, while still, you know, giving us information and shit like that. And then it ends with, this is a declaration of war. We have to find the key. And then it ends, and now we're getting into, okay, now it's the next arc. You know, I don't know. It's just it's easy to forget when there is like a breakup and some weird pacing like that, just how well things are being set up. Anyway, all that to say, let's talk about the actual episode. This fucking guy, Cherry Boy over here, going on and on about virgins and shit.
If that's what that means,
it must
I guess
be because the porn comment must like, go jerk off to some, or go search for some internet porn, or whatever the fuck he said. Cherry Boy. When he's like, he sounds like, and he's wearing a trench coat, like he's just
he has
such
the anti-smoking sign, and then he has like the like no sign on his
do
tongue.
not sign on his tongue. Yeah.
I don't even know how you would
dumb.
do that.
Yeah, he's such a dislikable character, and then he doesn't like what even is his power? Just knives. He's like a fake edgy wannabe edgy dude. Anyway,
Oh yeah, so here's what we find out a little bit more about. Daiwi is like really wanting the to do Sharyuk.
Yeah.
Because and he's just like, I don't know, I guess because Mori kind of has his own thing and he's like really going for it, and then but he just kind of feels a little bit left behind. He sees all these people who are so much more powerful than him doing this stuff that like he cannot do, and he's just so he just like asks like, can anyone do that? Like, can I do that? Like,
yeah.
And it's kind of hard because I don't know whether he's gonna be able to do it, or like he's gonna train, but apparently no matter how much you train, you might never get it, or you might not train at all, and one day you'll just...
Well, I think he got this far. The fact that he got this far means that he has the potential to do it, and like his score on his little thing, it says that I'm pretty sure that means that he could do it if he had the opportunity to learn. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you have the ability to do something, it doesn't mean that you'll end up doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting that he's like really going for it though. And what's really interesting about like this whole thing is like you can just like sort of talk to the people in charge of it all, like, you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
yeah, you can get in contact with them
just
pretty
like
easy.
rolls into the office and he's like, "Hey man," like, or he's just like sees a guy out on the
Runs
street.
into him on the street.
Yeah, I'll cook you dinner if you teach me this thing, and the guy's just like, fair trade. Like,
yeah. Well, I can't really say no. I don't have any other means of feeding myself for the next 9 months, so yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
it's just kind of an interesting relationship because they're all like, "This is a war. We will kill everyone. We will show no mercy when you find Nox." And then at the same time, it's just like just giving some helpful information. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of like interesting that they aren't just like all powerful, super mysterious. You don't talk to them. They're in charge of this competition. Yeah. They're also just people.
Is that really that crazy to you?
It's not that crazy, but I don't think it's what I was expecting. Like in the first few episodes of the show when they were being set up, you know?
I definitely was. I think I said like, oh well, they're gonna have all quirky personalities and blah blah blah. But I wasn't expecting to care. I wasn't expecting to like them, and I wasn't expecting to really care about that. Like, I fully expect, when they were all introduced and they all had, like, different hair colors and different styles and all that, and, like, oh, they have, like, mysterious names, and they're all, like, close together, and they're, like, this order. I expected, okay, eventually we're going to get to know them, and they're going to be like, oh, we're so endearing, aren't we funny, like, the administrators, and we're all in charge, but we're actually not that crazy, or we're not that mysterious and powerful. We can actually just be normal people. I fully expect that to happen. What I didn't expect was to actually like them, and yeah. But what interests me about Daiwi's story is that he has a very, like, I compare everything to Berserk and Naruto. This is fully a, like, guts character that's going on here, and I love it. I'm not saying it's a ripoff. I'm saying, like, I like the type of story they're telling with his character. I just really like what's being set up here, where he's like worried about not being like, oh, this guy that I really want to be friends with and I really like is like distancing himself from me. And, like, why? Is it because I'm not on his level? Yeah, well, maybe. It probably is, in fact. And he doesn't feel like he can get close. Like, it's not even an active thing. It's not even like, oh, Daiwi's weaker than me, and he's not on my level, so he wouldn't understand. It's like, he just doesn't, like, he doesn't think of it like that. He's focused on himself, and he's focused on his own training, and he just doesn't register them.
It's not like, oh, I have powerful friends. It's like, I need to do this by myself. I need to, like, I mean, and he has his own reasons for that. Like, when he was a kid, he's just like, my grandfather left because I wasn't strong enough. Because I was too weak and he would have to protect me. But if I get stronger, I can protect myself.
Oh, okay. I didn't think of it like that, actually. Okay. Well, then I guess that's different. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
Is that's what you picked up on from this episode? I thought that he was just inspired to train from his grandfather, but I didn't pick up on the whole like. But that does make sense. Like when he was a kid, he's like, "Oh, I'll protect you."
Yeah,
he's like, "No, you're just a kid."
He's like, "Yeah, I'm strong. I'm 6 years old." And he's like, "No, you're still a kid."
Yeah.
And then he's just like, "Okay, well, if I'm still a kid, then if I get stronger,
okay,
then I can, then I'm not just a kid and he doesn't have to worry about me, but I can still be with him, you know."
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it like that. But regardless, with Dewey, it's just interesting what they're doing then, because he was like at the birthday party, he was like, "Oh, you know, fucking hey, I wanted to talk to you about something. Shit, this is getting gay. Never mind. Fuck that. Never mind. I'm gonna beat you next time, right? Shit, I can't share my feelings unless I'm fighting." Like, just classic guy shit, but also kind of it makes sense because their whole thing is fighting. Like it's kind of a shitty attitude to have in real life of like, oh, we're guys and we're fighters or whatever, we can't share our feelings. But it's like it's kind of true in that, you know, your friendship's kind of built on this, and you respect each other because you're strong and because you respect each other's abilities. But like, you know, you can't just ask to be like, "Oh, hey, can we be just thought I'd come up to you out of the blue. Can you like share your deepest insecurities with me real quick? Like, yeah. I really want to get to know you better. Can you just like help? Like, can you just throw me a bone here?" "Oh yeah, sure. I'll just tell you what's going on with me because you asked." It's like, no, you need to like earn that level, and the way to get that with Mori is to be stronger and to like possibly learn Sharyark or whatever. Yeah,
or just to I don't know,
just to be on his level, to be his equal. And that was kind of a Berserk thing too. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but it's a very similar thing of you know, you can't be someone's friend if you're like beneath them, and you can't be friends with somebody if they're like way below you in like the hierarchy, or like if you don't see them as an equal, you can't treat each other as equals. So like if you're constantly like pulling them up, or like if you feel like you're constantly being pulled down by somebody else, or like you're constantly talking down, you can't be friends with someone that you're talking down to. So like they need to like be on your level. That's kind of the idea. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess if they weren't like fighting, it wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, I need to be stronger than him. It just happens to be that their entire life is fighting. So, and there are potentially like real world like consequences to being weak.
Well, it's like in fucking Game of Thrones when Joffrey's like, "I am the king," and then Tywin's just like, "A king who must say he is king is no true king," or whatever the famous line is. And it's so true. It's like you can't just keep saying it, fake it till you make it, I guess. But that's only gonna work so long. Like you can't just keep saying that. You can't ask somebody to respect you. You have to make them respect you. You have to earn their respect. You can't just be like, you will respect me. You will treat me as a friend. No, how about, you know, make him look upon you as an equal. That's the way to do it. So yeah. But it's just interesting that he cares about that, and he's willing to, like, now that he lost his friend, I don't know, I'm really liking what's going on with his character, I guess. Like, he lost his friend, and he sees, like, this new sort of chapter in his life with these people, and he's willing to do what it takes to, you know, make that a thing, and not just for, you know, the competition, but because he values friendship, and he values what each other can, all of them can bring to each other's lives, I guess. It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, Mori just, like, he's friends with them, and I feel like he's, like, the first guy to be like, yeah, we're friends. But he didn't actually, until, like, this moment, he didn't actually believe that, like, he was their friend fully. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I don't.
Like, he was surprised that they came all the way there for his birthday, and, like, made the first effort there.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, the really outgoing one. So yeah. I feel like whenever they'd hang out, he would be like, hey guys, let's go over here. You know what I mean? or we're all just like walking together, and that's fun, and I'm keeping up the spirits, and we're having a good time or whatever.
But he doesn't really know.
But he doesn't know.
Chase you down.
Mm-hmm. He's like at his house by himself, and he's never had any friends. Just like make the effort, like you know what I mean, to like come and do something just for him because it's his birthday.
Yeah.
At his house, all the way out of town or whatever.
I wonder what Mira is gonna do from here on out. Like she had her whole thing of like, oh, I need to catch up to them, but now Daiwi is like, I need to catch up to Mori. Like I need to earn his respect. So now she's like 2 steps down, and like
and she's like doing it. She's like, I haven't even mastered this yet. Like
yeah.
What am I thinking? Because I'm guessing she's also thinking about doing Sharyuk just because like he brought it up, and she's like, I
mean, she can already slice people open with her hand.
Yeah, but but like I guess where she's at, she's just like, he's already thinking about moving on to like the next step.
Yeah.
And I haven't even mastered what I was trying to do in the first place, like what the whole thing was about of trying to like be the best at this, and so people respect this and respect my father's legacy, but I'm not even there, and yet I'm like tempted by this like greater thing when I haven't even finished what I was trying to do in the first place, which is kind of like a rough situation to be in, because it's kind of like I feel like that's a choice, because I feel like if she like takes that step, she will probably not finish her training and ascend to the level that she could have done, So I feel.
Wait, are you saying that if she tries to do Sharyuk, then she won't like establish her own school?
Potentially.
You think that's a sacrifice she's going to have to make?
Well, or she might not make it. I mean, but at the same time, I'm like, will they go that route, because she kind of already was in a similar situation of like.
Oh, like the wedding thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she already kind of had that arc, so I think like. I don't think she has to make a choice. I think that Sharyuk, I don't think is its own thing that you have to practice. I think it's like.
Yeah, you have to train for it.
You have to train I think it's like you have to be strong enough to handle receiving that power, but it's a power that like it's kind of like a pact that you make with another being or another, like that's how they establish it. It's like the powers of gods, or like things that transcend our understanding. It's not like its own. It's not like its own skill tree that you have to like take points out of your own martial art and put it into there. It's more like you have to be strong enough in order to be granted this thing. So how you get that strength is up to you. It could be in whatever martial art that you choose, or whatever form of training that you choose. But you don't have to give up something. As far like she doesn't have to give up her own sword style in order to get Sharyuk. She just has to. She could possibly, the way to getting it is like, I need to train more. Like I need to get more into my martial art and more into my practice in order to achieve a level of strength and power that I can handle this granting of a thing. But I think I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But because she already, and it wouldn't make sense because like you said, that she already had her arc.
That's what I was saying. That was like my first thought, but that she already kind of did that. So I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if they're just gonna like gradually keep like pushing her to the side.
I hope not.
I really hope not, because they had her arc, and now I feel like they're like, okay, we had the girl arc. Now it's time for the best friend boys arc.
But they already had his whole thing. Like they had that their fight. So what I'm thinking is it's not gonna just be like a boy girl thing. I think it's unfortunate, but it always kind of happens, especially now that they introduced this new guy. It's like, I think they're going to get Piccolo'd. They're going to get like, oh, well, we were rivals, but here's Vegeta. Here's like someone who's closer. Like, is this if Mori is like Goku, then these guys are like fucking Krillin and Launch, or Piccolo and fucking Krillin or some shit. And then Vegeta has now come along, and he's like, they were sort of born in the same area. They have some sort of like familial connection deep in their past, some sort of connection, and now they're the true rivals, and these guys are like the teammates, and they're no longer like on the same level. I really hope that doesn't happen. I hope that like this trio sort of continues on in an equal way, and Mori doesn't just far surpass them, like way over.
Yeah, or
I hope they at least catch up, you know?
Or I just at least hope that they don't just like count Mira out of it. Like so early, like we're 8 episodes in, but I already feel like, and I can't tell if they're just like right now the focus isn't on her, but she might like bring it back in later, maybe even like next episode, but you know what I mean? It's just kind of like scary, like how you were worried about like, oh, the animation might get bad later on. I'm just like, oh, they had like, we praised it for how good her arc was before, and how she was like she wasn't just Sakura on the side protecting the bridge builder. She could like do her own things, and I hope that they keep up with that, or at least like if she because she is less powerful than them. So if that's like a thing, I don't know, I just kind of want her to stay like relevant, you know what I mean?
Anything else you want to say before we go?
No.
Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Michael Wells,
Vash,
Salad Dallas,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Charles Liu,
D23L,
JC Andrada,
Napoleon Bonaparte,
Handicap Bonkai,
Brian,
Nelson Barbosa,
Xavier Rhodes,
Chris Janvey,
Yeet,
Lewis,
Iwan Pilger,
Aurora,
John Ortega,
and Zenge. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.